love is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for a very special occasion as we are live with Formula 2. But it's not just any Formula 2 race, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Formula 2 race at Bahrain for the 1-year anniversary event. Can you believe it's been a year of the ACOC? Fantastic to be here once again and seeing these cars back in action after 2 seasons out, obviously. Brings us back to the first ever Formula 2 race held here with these cars. Obviously not the same drivers, but yeah, we have the cars back in action. It's fantastic to see. And we've got 20 minutes of qualifying around the Bahrain International Circuit. In the commentary booth today is me, Miran FG. Yeah, before we get on the way with qualifying, yeah, 1 year. That's one hell of a milestone, isn't it? You know, it's been crazy to see the ACOC come this far. And, you know, we've made good memories ever since. And, yeah, it's been a nice little league and a very, very fun experience throughout this whole year. And, you know, we've grown very substantially as well, so it has been fantastic. But yeah, the Bahrain International Circuit then, as I will now go through the track, as Giuseppe Stella in the Prema just rounds the final corner to start his lap. The Bahrain International Circuit, located in Sakhir, is a 5.412 kilometer track opened in 2004. Obviously, Formula 1 also raced there at the same time in 2004. At the Hermann Tilke designed circuit. Obviously, this is one of his earlier works, along with the. This was the same time when the Malaysia and China tracks were created for F1. So you can find elements of this track and the others in this circuit, obviously. But yeah, this circuit is also the Bahrain Grand Prix ever since 2004 in F1. It's been hosting Formula 2 as well ever since 2017, and even when it was called GP2 back since 2012, but also hosted races in 2005 and 2007. And you know, there's been a lot of different series to come here as well. There's even a drag strip on this track, which is very, very interesting, and it is a very nice circuit as well. Arguably one of my favorite circuits out there. Just how fun it is to drive, and the corners feel really, really nice. There's the overtaking zones in the turns 1, 2, and 3, the braking zone into the chicane, and then turn 4, another braking zone, and then the downhill chicane of turns 5, 6, and 7. And then you got the turn 10, obviously, very sharp braking zone as the track goes downhill again. It's blind as well, so very fun. And there you got the sweeping left and right handers of turn 11 and the turn 12. Fantastic bit of racing track, and I think this circuit has delivered in Formula 2 and F1, obviously, over the past few seasons in the ACOC. As around the times on coming in on the board, and there's Ari Soil across the line and Courtney Simpson as well. As you can see, for those who remember, we got the old graphics up on screen. So it is extra nostalgia hours, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that, yeah, we haven't had these graphics in use for a very long time. Neither have we with these cars. So it is really a nostalgia trip. It's all coming back to me now. And hey, it's great to see. There's Jake Phillisley in the dams across the line. Obviously, remember to qualifying in the real Formula 2 race back in 2017 at Bahrain, the first ever Formula 2 race, for those who remember. It was Adam Hidayat who took pole in his Trident. For those who do remember back to that session, if you do have a really, really good memory. As there's Kai Cherezhnia across the line. Obviously, weird to see him in a Formula 2 car nowadays. As there's Cesetti across as well. P4 it is for the Italian. Emilia Konishina across the line, obviously in Thomas Mandic's championship winning racing engineering car. No, not racing engineering, sorry, Campos, that is. As was Tunitron Konkum across the line. Now, there's going to be a problem as Konishina and Konkum have the same initials. There's Laban Zasnishkai across the line, and the thing about Zasnishkai is that he is sporting the Rapax car that he drove originally in the 2017 season. That is the exact car that he drove back in 2017. So it's really cool to see him back in that car. And we've got two other drivers from the 2017 F2 season. Milka Singh in P2. There he is, obviously not in the Trident. He's opted for Campos. And then you have Will Parrish, who, I guess you can count Will Parrish, but he didn't do the full season. He only did one race, and he was actually replaced with Lamas Snishkai at Rapax. But he is in the racing engineering that was piloted by Victor Albom and Jafar Blackwood. As there is one of our debutants across the line, Alex Bell from Great Britain in the Pertamina Arden. As Milka Singh goes across the line with an improvement as well. There's Rahul Patel in the ART Grand Prix car in P19 at the moment. I'll see if I can remember all the OG drivers that were in those cars. I believe this was Yash Parmar who was in Patel's ART, so fellow Brit in that. Then we have Daniel Wale, obviously the current F2 championship leader. He is in, I think it is, wouldn't be Samet Özkan, as there's a few improvements. There is Will Parrish up into P6 and Giuseppe Stella up into P8, and behind is Ryan Adam in the MP Motorsport car as he goes up into 9th place. But it is Fernando Tost who is currently fastest with a 139.503 for Arden at the moment, as Gabriel Gomez goes across the line to go P15. Daniel Wale goes P11 with that lap time. I believe Gabriel Gomez is in Linus Timel's Russian time. Obviously that car a race winner as well, by the hands of Timel. And he actually, behind on track, he's behind the dams there. I don't remember, I can't tell who that is, because I haven't memorized the lineup yet, unfortunately. That's Courtney Simpson. And he is actually piloting, I believe it will be Matija Dragovic's dams. And, he actually took the race win for dams at the most recent F2 race, as Kai Cherezhnia goes up into P3 in the Rapax. I'm not going to bore you guys with the drivers that were originally in these cars. If you would like to know, though, that's Ida Weid's original car. I'm sorry. Either way, there's Emilia Konishina across the line. The Polish driver goes P7. As she enters turn 1, I think there was someone coming out of the pit lane. Yeah, that's Laban Zasnishkai. But Konishina should be able to get ahead of the Serbian, and she does. And with 11 minutes to go then, it is Fernando Tost still on top, followed by Milka Singh in P2, and then Kai Cherezhnia in P3. Here's Jake Tillisley currently in P18, for Dams as he makes his way around the final corner. Will he finish up this lap time? Yes, he will. And across the line will go Jake Tilsley, and he goes P16 with that lap time. So 141.013 for the Brit. It's another car coming across the line, but that's one of the Premas. I think that is Giulia Cisetti. As there goes Alex Bell, and he goes P2 with that lap time. It's a 139.8, so it's about 0.3 off Fernando Tost. And it is currently an Arden 1-2 at the top as... yeah, that is Bell's teammate Tost. And never mind, as Kai Jereznia goes P2 as he splits the two Arden cars apart. And it's now the Italian Rapax team and its driver Kai Jereznia there in second place for the time being. Obviously, Lavan Sosnishkai will be wanting to end up on the podium as Matthias Poco goes across the line. If you remember, back to this race, he scored his first ever Formula 2 podium on his debut here at Bahrain. So he's going to want to hope to, repeat some of the same, even if it is only for glory, or not for glory, but it's only for fun and not for any championship glories, is what I wanted to say. As there goes Courtney Simpson, and the Jamaican takes third place in his dams, goes 100th of a second faster than Alex Bell in P3, and nice little improvement from Courtney Simpson there as he was outside of the top 10 and went all the way up to P3 with that lap time. So good stuff from Simpson. As here's Alex Bell just coming into the pit lane. Funny thing about Alex Bell, as Giulia Cisetti crosses the line to go P7, Alex Bell is in the man who was in his car was another British driver called Alex Broster was in his Arden car back in 2017. As here goes Nick Tanner, just improved up to P10 as he's going to go on his teammate Rahul Patel, the two ARTs battling amongst each other, but it is going to be Patel who's successful defense from his Australian teammate, as we are going to witness the capabilities of these old GP2 cars as they will duel into turn 4. They will go on the inside is Nick Tanner, as Patel with the better traction coming out of turn 4. Now they're going to be side by side through the chicane. And Patel around the outside should have the better traction coming out of that chicane as well. Tanner on the curves as he's hanging on the inside line here. Wonderful little scrap between the ART teammates, but it is not going to benefit them all. Benefit them both in the slightest, but it is Tanner who gets ahead as they head into their braking zone in turn 10. So yeah, that is Nick Tanner ahead on track then, but I bet teammate Patel won't be too happy as he's currently in P19. And the man in P20 in last is currently Franco Gamba, as he makes his way through the middle sector. It's about 5/10 off for another toss there. So we will see if Gamba is able to improve. As here's Cisetti across the line. As the Italian, the Prema crosses the line, it's no improvement for Cisetti. Gabriel Gomez is just going to make his way across as well. Then Sunyaton Konkum. And he goes P10 with that lap, so he sets an improvement. As Nick Tanner dives into the pit lane, his teammate Rahul Patel follows suit. As Fernando Tost still out on track, I believe he was just going to start his flying lap as Emilia Konishina in P5 comes into the pit lane. Laban Sosnishka coming down the start-finish straight then to finish up this lap. The Serbian does not improve. The Italian team, so it's a full Italian lineup at Prema. I believe Giuseppe Stella is piloting Nikhil Walji's car, and it's Cisetti in Luca Farina's car. As Daniel Walla crosses the line, and he goes P10. With that lap time, next across the line is Ari Soilu, and he now takes the P10 away from Daniel Walla. Matthias Poker just going to start his lap there. Ryan Adam finishes his lap, and the MP Motorsport driver goes P6. So good lap time from him. Gets him a nice little improvement. Cisetti gets an improvement as well, but she stays P9. P9 that is at the moment. As Gabriel Gomez, it's across the line for the Brazilian, and he goes P11, so nice improvement from him. As here's Fernando Tost heading down the start-finish straight. There is the dams of not sure who that is still, so yeah, it's PAR, so I just said Luca Farina out of just like force of habit, I guess. As it was Jake Tibbesley who's ahead of Fernando Tost there on track as they make their way out of the chicane. Through turn 8 they go, and now down to turns number 9, and then the braking zone of turn 10 here. A very tricky corner to get right there, so you can go wide very, very easily, as that's Giuseppe Stella up into P9, and behind him goes Daniel Wale up into P10. And that's going to knock Laban Zasnishkai out of the top 10 as Matthias Poca goes up into P13 in his Trident. Giulia Cisetti in P12. She's going to start her lap as she makes her way onto turn 1. Through turns 2 and then 3. Down this little straightaway. Making her way onto turn number 4. Into the braking zone as the track opens up. Careful not to run wide there. It's very easy to do that. As through the downhill chicane of turns 5, 6, and then out of turn 7 here. Could use a bit more extra curb there, but as she heads into turn 8. Nice on power there, and then down to turn 9 and turn 10 here. Clip the apex there, and now onto the paddock start-finish straight. If you get a good exit out of turn 10, you can make an overtake into this corner on the car ahead. Turn 11, the fast left-hander, and then into the fast right-hander of turn 12. Careful not to use too much curb there as she heads on to turn 13. Late apex. As we're seeing improvements from the other guys, they're still up at the P5 and Bell up into P3. Retakes that third place from Simpson. But let's watch Cisetti as she makes her way around the final 2 corners. She gets knocked down to P13 and she's into the pit lane, so she won't actually finish that lap. Rahul Patel though, the Brit, or I should say Brit, he's, well, you know, back then I was racing under British nationality, as there's his teammate, Nick Tander. And he posts the fastest lap time with 1 minute 45 to go. It's Nick Tander who now usurps Fernando Tost of the fastest lap time. Nice stuff from the ART driver. Obviously, ART Grand Prix did secure a pole position this season. It was at Baku by none other than Jean-Francois Biraud. Obviously, they went on to take the, I believe was the only ever recorded 1-2 finish in Formula 2 history, when it was Jean-Francois Biraud who won in Baku, followed by his teammate Yash Parmar back then in second place, as Franco Gamba crosses the line side by side with the dams of Courtney Simpson. That is, I'm still struggling to figure everything out, as there is Thunya Torn Concom across the line. Where's that Emilia Konichina, who just went P15? No idea. We're going to watch Simpson and Gomez as they have this little scrap. Simpson getting ahead just about, but Gamba taking the wide line as they head into turn 4 to try and maximize his corner exit. As they head into the chicane, Simpson's going to have the inside line as they come out of the corner, but yeah, Gamba a bit more defiant as he gets earlier on the throttle into the braking zone of turn 8. Once again, they will go. And Simpson on the inside line. They should have this as they head into turn 9. Yeah, Gamba backs out of it. Or does he, as he's late on the brakes into turn 9. Oh my goodness, it's so close. It was very, very close to contact. But I think they're just going to keep it side by side into turn 11 as well. Now they're really demonstrating the capabilities. of racing around Bahrain in these cars, as Simpson is forced wide there into turn 11. Now into turn 12 is going to have the inside line, which should be the superior line coming into this corner. But no, Gamba's still there. He's still alongside as they head into turn 13. And Simpson is just ahead. Gamba but a car length behind as they head into the final corner. But Gamba tucks in again. And that is the battle over. And Simpson is ahead. But they both are coming into the pit lane, so it wasn't really worth much anyways. As we're waiting for the final car to cross the line, its checker flag has fallen. There's Kon coming into the pit lane. Cherezny is just going to go across the line in his Rapax. And he does improve, but it's not enough to lift him out of third place, unfortunately, for the man from Poland. As Giuseppe Stella comes into the pit lane as well. Ari Soilu in the Racing Engineering is on a lap time here. Obviously, he is in Daniel Fraser's Racing Engineering car. That was the car he piloted to victory at this very race. As Soilu does not improve, but Matthias Poco does improve. And he goes up into P3 in the Trident. So very nice improvement from Poco. As Patel's next across the line. Patel, unfortunately, does not improve. Emilia Konishina is next across. The woman currently in P8. Let's see if she can improve. No improvement from Emilia Konishina. And that means for the Formula 2 anniversary event, it is Nick Tander on pole position for ART Grand Prix. As we go directly into the race. Obviously, this is just a 20-minute qualifying, so we can do this instantly. But let's go through the starting grid then. As it is Nick Tander who takes pole. And also, please don't mind the flags as they are wrong. They're from the F2 skin file and we haven't changed them yet. But it is Nick Tander who is on pole position, followed by Fernando Tost in P2. And on the second row, we have Matthias Poco accompanied by Kai Cherezny in fourth place. Alex Bell starts P5. Very good qualifying for Pertamina Arden in P2 and P5. I have to get used to calling them Pertamina Arden of BWT Arden. And it's the Dams of Courtney Simpson in P6. And it's Giuseppe Stella in the Prema in P7, followed by Emilia Konishina in P8. And then Will Parrish in P9, followed by Ryan Adam rounding out the points in P10. Then it's Milka Singh in 11th place, followed by Daniel Walla in 12th place. And it's Lavan Sasnishkai in P13, followed by Giulia Cesetti in P14. Tonya Turan-Konkum starting 15th, followed by Rahul Patel in 16th place. Then we have Gabriel Gomez in P17, Ari Soil in 18th, and the final two cars in the grid will be occupied by Jake Tilsley in P19 and Franco Gamba in last. Right then, let's get underway with the first of two races for the 1-year anniversary event. It's time for Formula 2 at Bahrain once again for the throwback races. We are underway at Bahrain. Very good start for Nick Tander, and I think that is Matthias Poco already trying to make the move on Tost as they head into the first corner. Tost getting a bit boxed in them, but Cherezny there on the inside of Poco, that is, as they head out of turn 2. As Cherezny looks to have gotten ahead of the Brazilian as they head out of turn 3, that is now. And now into the braking zone of turn 4. There is Alex Bell on the inside of Courtney Simpson, I think it is. As we head into the chicane, there's Cherezny ahead, yes, as Bell having a bit of a look on Simpson, but he's not close enough to try it. There's Singh and Parrish side by side, and it is Will Parrish that comes out on top in that battle, as Daniel Waller might try to get involved in this as well, as the current F2 driver versus the former F2 driver, as Singh runs a bit wide. It's going to be Waller who slips up ahead into P10 with a nice little overtake. As there's Laban Sasnishkai down the inside, he goes on Milka Singh. These two battled in 2017, remember, at the Belgian Grand Prix for the race lead, and they're now battling for fun here at the anniversary event into turn 11 though. We will go as Sasnishkai is going to be on the inside line here. Singh on the outside as Laban forces the Indian driver out wide, but it's going to be Singh who has the inside line coming into turn 12. And I think he should be ahead. Laban, though, getting the better exit, using all the track available to him as he headed to the braking zone of turn number 13. Laban just going to try to remain about par with Milka Singh, as there behind was Giulia Cesetti, I believe, trying to Rahul Patel. As they headed to turn number 14, Laban round the outside, and he gets it done, I believe, as he's run a bit wide, but he gets it done. on Milka Singh. So that was a fantastic battle between the two guys that were formerly rivals in Formula 2, now battling it out only for fun here, as Singh is going to try it once again on Sasnishkai. Bad for Pete Robinson. Laban tries to go as wide as possible to try and maximize his exit, and he has done so very beautifully, and he is back up into P12. So very fantastic battle between the two, as they're seriously trying it on Gabriel Gomez. The two Russian type cars, P18 and P20 they are, and Tilsley might just make it P19 and P20 as he's trying to overtake the Brazilian Gabriel Gomez. They're going to be wheel to wheel through the chicane, as Tilsley could not make that move stick, so it's going to be Gabriel Gomez who remains in 18th place for now. But the situation at the lead then is Nick Tander, who leads by a second for Fernando Tost, and then Kai Teresny in P3, followed by Matthias Poco in P4 and Courtney Simpson in 5th place. As we witness everyone heading down the paddock start-finish straight, there's Alex Bell currently running in P6, and 10 positions down is Thunyaton Konkum, who is defending from Aris Soilu there in 17th in his Trident. And you see the Will Parrish, as he is currently in an MP Motorsport sandwich, as he's run a bit wide there, but he's trying to chase down Ryan Adam for P9, as he's run a bit wide. That might prompt Daniel Waller to try the opportunity into the final corner, as Parrish going to try to take the widest line possible on entry, and he has gotten quite a good exit on Waller, but as they head down and start from the straight, I'm doubtful he's going to be able to keep that for too long. As Laban Sasnishka now sets the fast lap of the race. There is Kai Teresny on Fernando Tost. The two Polish drivers scrapping it out for P2, but it is going to be Tost who successfully defends for the time being, as Parrish and Waller still battling for position. Waller has a look to the outside, and then he has a look to the inside as they head into turn 4, into the braking zone. It's going to be Waller late on the brakes as they're on the inside line, but Parrish on the outside. They're so close as they head into the chicane. And it's Waller on the inside as they head out of it, and Parrish with a very good exit out of the chicane. Is not too well out of the corner, because there's Laban Sasnishkai on the inside line. Daniel Waller not expected that at all, and Laban says thank you very much, and he swoops past the Chinese driver. That's fantastic stuff from Laban Sasnishkai, showing the current F3 driver how it's done. And yeah, that is Sasnishkai up into 11th place. What a move that was from Laban. And he's actually set the fastest lap, speaking about him. So he's on a charge here, Sasnishkai. As here's Giulia Cisetti chasing down Rahul Patel as they head into turn 13. But Giulia Cisetti, thinking back to 2017, wasn't her. She was in F1 for those who weren't around back during those days. And she didn't do she didn't do terribly well. For those who remember, she was the first ever driver to receive a race ban. As there's Courtney Simpson down the inside of Matthias Poco. Is it gonna work though for the Jamaican? No, it does not. Inside line doesn't seem to be the right line through turn number 1, and it's compromising a bit on exit. That could allow Alex Bell to catch up to the Jamaican. Great action we're having in the race so far, as Bell is chasing down Simpson. And for those, we got a 16-lap race here, but don't worry. After the Formula 2 race ends, we have got Formula 1, the main event, on show for you. And we are looking at Alex Bell, who is chasing down Courtney Simpson, as we can witness. Through turn 12, they will go the left-hander. Obviously, it's crazy to think how much the artillery has evolved over time. You know, now they run the obviously now they run the BWT sponsorship scheme, so it's the pink and the blue. And just a season before, they were running the yellow and red Pertamina sponsorship. As there's Will Parrish on Ryan Adam, as he is going to try it into the final corner. I think Waller tried it on Laban Sasnishka as well. but he could not succeed with that. Either way, we're going to see then as they head down the start-finish straight. There is Cherezhnia on his fellow countryman Fernando Tost. I don't think he'll succeed with this though, and I am correct. Cherezhnia remains in P3 for now, but he is looking good on pace today, Kai Cherezhnia, you know, as he did back in Formula 2 last season. As there is Bell, as he's on the back of Simpson for P5 as they head through the chicane. You can see how close he is, but Alex Bell just remaining patient and behind the Jamaican former Toro Rosso driver, obviously. As behind is Emilia Konishina in P7 as they head into turn number 10. As you can see, they're just Kai Cherezhnia there in P3, having a bit of a look, pulling out of the slipstream. As he was having a look on Fernando Tost, but obviously he was too far away to ever complete a move like that. But you can see just how much he catches on Tost into the third sector here. And they're just up ahead, 1.4 seconds up the road is Nick Tanders. Cherezhnia very, very close to Fernando Tost. He tries it into the final corner on Tost, but can't quite do it just yet. As they enter the first turn, there's Emilia Konishina on Alex Bell. Bell now being put under pressure by Konishina as he's defending around the outside from the Polish driver, and it's going to be Bell who remains ahead then. But Konishina's got the rather good exit here, has a look to the outside, but thinks better of it and goes to the inside line then. As it's going to be Konishina on the inside line as they head into turn 4. Bell having to go the long way round, trying to defend from the Campos, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel into the chicane as well. As Konishina hugs the inside line there as they head to turn number 6. And it is going to be Alex Bell remains ahead. Konishina has a look on the outside line though, but Bell shuts the door on Konishina. He did quite well. As Kai Cherezhnia, look how close he's to the back of Fernando Tost, already pulling alongside his fellow Polish compatriot as they're going to be side by side down into the final corner. Can Cherezhnia do it as he's going to be on the inside? Oh, very close there between the two, and it's forced Tost out wide. Here comes Kai Cherezhnia then as they're going to be wheel to wheel down the start finish straight, as it's going to be a matter of who breaks later into turn 1 and who can set themselves up better out of the corner as well. As Cherezhnia just about the car length ahead as they head into the first corner. Tosto round the outside is going to try it as they head out of turn 2. Cherezhnia, there he is, as he's kept alongside the Pertamina Arden through turns 2 and 3 as well. Into turn 4 they will go now. Cherezhnia on the inside. Tost trying to take the outside line here, and he's just getting a wheel ahead of Cherezhnia. These two really going at it for second position as Cherezhnia goes on the inside line there, and that should be Fernando Tost ahead of the Ratbacks. So that's a fantastic battling there, and that is Tost up, remaining in second place. Fantastic bit of dueling between the two there. Really solid defending from Fernando Tost, and Cherezhnia tried it there, and I have to give it to him. It was really fair and respectful racing from both him and Tost, obviously. And it was Tost that came out victorious in that battle, but we'll see. Cherezhnia, I'm sure, is going to want to try that again. And you know what's funny? Cherezhnia at this circuit on his Formula 1 debut scored a podium, which is very interesting, as Cherezhnia has a look again on Fernando Tost, maybe trying to scare him a bit. I don't think that was a fully committed move from Cherezhnia that he backed out of, but he's gonna have a nice little helping hand of slipstream as they head down the start finish straight. He pulls out of slipstream to make the move on Fernando Tost. Into turn 1 they will go, and it's gonna be Tost who gets the better of Cherezhnia, but they're gonna head down to turn 4 now as Kai's gonna try it once again on the inside line, as he always does. Maybe it'll succeed this time, as Toss gonna be on the outside line there. Heading into the chicane, it's got the inside line then, but now the outside. And it should be tossed ahead once again. Yes, it is. So I think Kai has to consider his approach once again. As there's Chisetti and Patel who are having a bit of battling going on. And it is Rahul Patel who successfully defends from Giulia Chisetti. As there behind is Thunyaton Konkum as well. Obviously Chisetti's teammate in Formula 1 back during the 2017 season. Courtney Simpson up in P5 at the moment for Dams. So he is keeping himself quite honest there in 5th place. He's chasing down Matthias Poco for P4. As they head down the back straight, you can see how close these cars are in terms of racing. And just listen to the sound of these cars as well. I'll shut up for a bit so you can hear the cars we had down the start-finish straight. I think getting an onboard would be extra nice. Yeah, it's a beautiful sound from those V8 engines. Cherezhny has a look on the inside. As Courtney Simpson also has a look on the inside of Matthias Poco, but he's not able to get past. As there's Courtney in chat going, yay, screen time. As there's Parrish now, we're going to show him some screen time as he's going to go on the inside of Ryan Adam into turn 4 as the Racing Engineering MP Motorsport car going to go wheel to wheel, but it's going to be Adam on the outside line who does get it on Parrish. As Parrish might have to watch about Laban Sosnishka behind in the Rapax car in P12 there, or P11 should I say. As meanwhile the battle for P14 still raging on as Giulia Chisetti chasing down Rahul Patel. You see how close she is to the back of that ART Grand Prix car as they head through turn 12. Really good looking cars these were, as well as there's Kai Cherezhny now on the inside line into turn 14 on Fernando Tost. He'll just have to hope that Tost eventually cracks under the pressure, as he's really been just putting up relentless attacking to the Polish driver, as he's going to have a look on the inside line. Let's see if this will work for Cherezhny, as he's going to be on the inside there. And he's going to take the alternate line through out of turn 3 as well to try and maximize his exit, as he could not succeed into turn 1. Will he succeed as they head into turn 4? We will see as they now make their way round the 4th corner, the right-hander, as Tost just remaining ahead then of Cherezhny. So Cherezhny are not close enough yet. As there's Gamba on the inside line of Jake Tildesley. The two are going to be wheel to wheel to the chicane. Tildesley should get this on the outside line of Gamba, and he does so. Gamba though having a look on the outside there, but Jake shuts the door on Franco. And yeah, it is going to be Tildesley who remains in P19 then. As here's Alex Bell, who's currently chasing down Courtney Simpson. Daniel Wall as well, he is chasing down the old dog Laban Sosnishka. I guess you can't call him too old, considering that, well, I mean, he's done 3 seasons, just about everyone else. But he's gonna feel the pressure of Daniel Wall as they're gonna head into the final corner side by side. Laban on the outside line then, as it's gonna be Daniel on the inside. And Sosnishka remains ahead just for now, but Wale, in theory, should get the better exit as they head down the start-finish straight. There is, I think that's condition on Alex Bell, as it's going to be Konishina on the inside line. Then Bell should have an easy time defending from the outside line, as Konishina is going to try to close in on the Brit. As they will head into turn 4, Konishina on the inside line, then Bell on the outside should have the better exit out of this corner as well, Alex Bell, but they're going to be about wheel to wheel. Konishina doesn't quite have the overlap as they head into the chicane, and it is going to be Alex Bell who gets ahead not gets ahead, but is going to be ahead of Emilia Konishina, but Konishina doesn't give up that easily, as they're going to be side by side then down to turn number 10. There's Bell on the inside line, then Konishina just making the space on the outside line, as she's got a very, very good exit out of turn 10, that is. But it should be Bell just ahead, as Stella might get involved in this battle as well. There he is on the inside of Konishina. He's completely taking advantage as Emilia runs wide. There's the Italian Stella as Giuseppe goes around the outside into turn 12. Offense has turned into defense for Emilia Konishina, as Stella's going to have the outside line once again as they head to turn 13. And it is going to be Stella then as he gets ahead of Emilia Konishina down the back straight. But it's not over yet, as Konishina does not falter. But there's only so much she can do, as Giuseppe Stella up into P7. Fantastic stuff from Stella, the Italian in the Prema, as it's Courtney Simpson now sets the fastest lap of the race on lap 12 out of 16. Stella now defending from Konishina on the inside line. There is Konishina, but it's going to be Stella who should be ahead as they head into turn 3 momentarily. And I believe he is ahead. Emilia's going to try it on the inside line though, but I don't think she's too close, or she's close enough to make the move on Stella. So that is Giuseppe Stella up at the P7. Fantastic bit of overtaking from the two. We've been seeing really great and clean battles from the drivers so far, and it is fantastic to see. As they head into turn 10 then, Stella's got about a 2-second deficit to the car ahead of Alex Bell. And this is really good news for Bell, obviously, as he was defending Konishina. Then you had Stella and Konishina with that fantastic battle. So Giuseppe Stella really helped out Alex Bell there for P6. As they head to turn 13, Cherezhnia chasing down Fernando Tosis all over the rear wing of that Pertamina Arden car. You can see how close he is, but he's not gonna try it into the final corner. I think he's gonna try a cheeky dive into the first corner, as he will gain with the slipstream here. As he switches to the inside, I was thinking he was gonna go on the I'm sorry, I just saw a thing in chat, but I was thinking he was gonna go to the outside line, but he's gonna switch to the inside. Is that the smart move from Kai Cherezhnia? For F1 editing chat, LFG is not a person, it's a saying. It means let's, I can't swear on stream, but it means let's flip and go. I guess I can say that. As Cherezhnia and Toss side by side then, as he's going to want to get this done, but it's not going to be as easy for him. As there's the other Ratback trying some moves. There's Saznishkai on Parish, as he basically does the exact same copycat thing as Kai Cherezhnia, and he's lost out there a bit. Daniel Wallen now getting close to the Serbian. Heading down the paddock start finish straight then, as they head through turn number 11 and then through turn 12. There's Kai Cherezhnia once again, as we witness the Polish driver Fernando Toss really fantastic under pressure, as there's Courtney Simpson there just behind. He's having a bit of a look on Matthias Poco, but it has compromised him a bit off the exit out of the final corner, as we now watch Kai Cherezhnia once again. Will he succeed this time? I wonder, as he goes on the inside line. Classic story, Tost better on the outside. He's going to get a good exit out of here. As he really is just relentlessly putting the pressure on Fernando Tost. And Tost really just taking that beautifully. As I think we saw a battle at the back as well. I believe that was one of the ART Grand Prix cars going at it. As Cherezhnia, having a look on the inside, does not work. There's Gamba and Tildesley. As Franco Gamba does not want to finish last. As he's going to be on the inside line of Jake Tildesley here. And he's just gonna be side by side with him as they've actually remained wheel to wheel through the chicane. And Gamba's having a look on the outside, but he tucks back in to Jake, into the wake of Jake Tildesley. But he can't quite complete the move just yet. So Gamba is going to stay in last for now. But the question is, he's going to have to try very soon because there's only 2 laps remaining in this F2 Bahrain Grand Prix. But don't be afraid, we've obviously got the F1 race just after this one, so we'll be firing up the F1 cars just after this. There's Parrish now. He's going to try to ride on a dam, just like he did a few laps. There's Cherezhnia on the inside line of Fernando Tost. He can't quite do that. We're going to focus on this battle as Parrish is going to be on the inside line of Ryan Adam. Labasasnishka trying to pick up the scraps of this battle as Parrish is going to try to get the run on Adam as they head through turn 3 and then down to turn 4. Is Parrish close enough to Adam? I don't think he is. So it's going to be Wheeler Parrish who remains in P10. Labasasnishka didn't really go anywhere with that, unfortunately, for the Serbian. He will stay P11. That's just the American Will Parrish in P10 for the time being. Here's Ari Soilu then, as he is chasing down Thunderthorn Konkum. Behind him is the Russian time of Gabriel Gomez. Down the paddock, start finish straight they will go. Gomez looking very, very close to strike on Ari Soilu. We'll see if the Brazilian can make the move on the man from Finland. But we're going to watch the 2 Polish drivers go wheel to wheel once again. There's Nick Tander. He's led comfortably throughout this entire race as Cherezhnia is going to be on the inside line then. Tossed on the outside as, you know, it's going a bit wide there. That's going to give Cherezhnia the run that he needs. As we're now on the final lap of this Bahrain Grand Prix. It's been a thrilling 16 laps. And we're now going to be treated to one final showdown between these two. As Cherezhnia on the inside line there, trying to get the run on Tosten as they're going to head down to the run into turn 4. Cherezhnia lining up alongside Tosten as he's going to be on the inside. This is now or never for Kai Cherezhnia. As Tost remains just ahead as they head into the chicane. I think Fernando Tost has got it, and he has. As Fernando Tost defending for Pete, who's been defending the entire race. Cherezhnia tried his best, but he just can't penetrate through Tost's defending. As we've got a battle for P7 as well. Emilia Konishina closing up on Giuseppe Stella. As they head into turn number 10. And you can see Konishina not closing too much in on Giuseppe Stella just yet. She's not going to have too many corners to try it though. Simpson, who's still trying to catch Matthias Poco. I think it is only going to be P5 for the Jamaican, unfortunately. Either way, it's been a quite good race from him. As he might actually try a daring move down the inside into the final corner. Simpson, can he get it? Quite possibly, as he's going to go on the inside line of Matthias Poco. Poco, though, with the better traction around the outside, as there's Nick Tander, who's just going to cross the line to win here at Bahrain. So he wins the classic event. Or not the I can't say classic event, it's the anniversary event. As there's Parrish coming on P10, but it's Nick Tander for ART Grand Prix who takes the race 1 victory here for ART Grand Prix. And there we go. Let's go through the final classifications. It's Nick Tander who wins the F2 anniversary event, and followed by him is Fernando Tost in P2 and Kai Trishny in P3 after fantastic dueling between the two Polish drivers. So Matthias Spoke in P4, followed by Courtney Simpson in P5, and Alex Bell, who snatches away the fastest lap of the race. Giuseppe Stella P7, followed by Emilia Konishina in P8, Ryan Adam in P9 as it's Will Parrish in P10, and then you have Labas Nishka in P11, followed by Daniel Wale in P12. It's Milka Singh in 13th, followed by Rahul Patel finishing P14. Giulia Cesetti in 15th, followed by Sunatra Konk in P16, and P17 is Ari Soilu. Then it's Gabriel Gomez for P18 for Russian time. Jake Thursday finishes P19, and Franco Gamba is P20. And that is it for Formula 2. But don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We are just gonna get on the way with the F1 race, and we're just gonna get on the way with qualifying in a short time. So make sure not to go anywhere. We're just gonna fire up F1 really, really shortly. So make sure not to miss that. So just stay tuned for a while, and we'll be getting on the way with F1. Meanwhile, I can just say it's very fantastic. I just realized we have 12 viewers in chat. Hello to everyone watching. Fantastic to have you all here, all excited and watching for the ACOC anniversary event. And F1 edits in chat. Just so you know, this is the Assetto Corsa offline championship. You don't actually have to have the game to participate, as you enter in as an AI driver. And here we are for Formula 1. Speak of the devil. As here is Alex Luandan in the Red Bull, the first man out in number 25. Oh, what has happened? I believe the game has crashed. Oh, that's not very good. And you can also participate by for F1 that is in chat. You can also just participate by you can join the server. We have the server description in the description below, and you can sign up as a free agent, because all the tiers are currently full, unfortunately. I think we're back. Yes, we are. Here we are. And we are back for the F1 qualifying. And it's Alexander Arnold for Haas. I know, very, very cursed. But we have Alex Arnold out on track in the Haas. Very, very nice, and I have to say nostalgic as well to see F1 cars around Bahrain again. It's been a very long time since we've seen the 2017 F1 cars, especially for me. I mean, I haven't seen these things race in a very, very long time. As he heads through turn number 11 and then turn 12. Obviously these things much faster, so we can have a lot shorter lap times than the F2 cars. So yeah, we're gonna be getting a few lap times in. As Arnold makes his way around the final corner. As you can see, unlike the actual 2017 season, we have actually we got the custom driver numbers, and we have modified the initials on Arnold's Haas to say ARM. Originally it would say MAG or GRO for the actual Haas drivers that were in place for that season. As we go on board with Alex Arnold for this lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix as he headed through turns 1, 2, and 3. It's a very, very tricky couple of corners to get right as he heads into turn 4. Getting the exit there as the track now goes downhill through the chicane of turns 5 and then 6 on the curbing there of turn 5. Now onto the braking zone of turn number 8. Trying to get the best exit possible as he makes his way down to turn 9 and turn 10. You can see it's almost blind, this corner, as he heads out of turn 10. Very difficult corner to nail, turn number 10, the most infamous corner on the track, I would say, as he heads into turn 11. The braking zone corner opens up much later than you would expect that it would, as into turn 12 it's flat in these cars obviously, and then through turn 13, late apex, get on the power, down the back straight, and now into the final corner, turn number 14. This little kink is turn 15, trying to get the best exit possible, and then just across the line. And we're back. So there's Aaron Curtis in the Sauber, as there's Henry J. Brown in the Force India. Across the line goes Jafari Blackwood in the Mercedes. And 133.3 it is for the Mercedes driver. Then there's Dennis Groff in the Renault. I know that's incredibly cursed, but there he is, as Rubinho Gonzalez goes across the line as well. So does Aidan Smith in the Force India, the other Force India as well. Goes ahead of his teammate. Just waiting for the other cars going to go across the line. There's Alex Luan in the Red Bull P2. And then it is Miran Evji in his original 2017 Ferrari going across the line, using the number 7 as well. Obviously that is, for those who know, Miran Evji runs number 13, but he runs number 7, which was the number of Kimi Raikkonen, which was the car he was in. There's Enis Parachki in the Ferrari across the line as well. Tomas Mandic in the Sauber across as well. As he goes P17. Lewis McIntyre's actually gone fastest. As I say that, Henry J. Brown crosses the line. Wait, oh my goodness. Henry J. Brown in the Williams, or not in the Williams, sorry, the Force India has actually gone fastest. What on earth? It's a fantastic lap time from Henry J. Brown. It's Ole Boaks in the McLaren Honda crosses the line. It's P16 for him though, as Dennis Groff goes P13. And Daniel Fraser then in 14th place. But there's the man in P2 in the Mercedes, Lewis McIntyre, as there's Huang Ming Nguyen in P3 at the moment in the Red Bull. As Luan crosses the line to set an improvement 133 flat, it is for the man from Vietnam. I just noticed that Red Bull have a double Vietnamese lineup of Alex Luan and Huang Ming Nguyen. That is pretty cool, actually. As Nguyen will cross the line, he's got the Renault there to deal with as McIntyre crosses the line, and he goes fastest. There's Enis Parachki as well up at the P4 for the Ferrari driver. The 2017 Ferrari has to be my favorite car on the 2017 grid. Looks really, really good. Especially the livery. Looks fantastic to me. As there's Aaron Curtis across the line as well. Adam Hidayat in the Williams. As there he is with the side by side with the Force India. He's gonna get ahead of it though. with no issue, as he is down in P18. So I think he is gonna be setting some improvements soon. I believe he was maybe held up on that lap. As you remember, I think most people in the ACOC currently know Williams for the team that barely manages to get into Q2. Williams back in the day actually was doing very, very well in 2017. And Josef Fredrik Schuto, who was driving for Williams back in 2017, scored a podium. He scored a P3 at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So he actually has a podium to his name, despite his despite being in such in what seems like such an uncompetitive team. But back in the day, you know, they were competing for the top midfield spots, along with Force India. As here's Ole Boaks currently on a lap time. As we're gonna go on board with the Brit as he makes his way down the back straight, and he's gonna make his way around turn 14 and 15. There's Adam Hidet across the line for P12, but we're gonna see Boaks then if he's gonna finish up this lap, and he will. So let's see what Ole Boaks can do, and that is P16 for Ole Boaks, because ahead of his McLaren teammate Erki Nytt in P17. There's Alfred Klaus in the Haas. Oh, that feels so strange to say. As there's Nikhil Walji in the Toro Rosso, being held up there a bit, but it's fine because he's gonna come into the pit lane. And there's Aiden Smith across the line, about 2.8 off. So I think Smith must have had some issues on his lap. As there's Rubinho Gonzalez, just starting his lap. There's Fongchanam Chow Shainat, who is currently in 8th place for Renault, as he's gonna be, I believe, under pressure there. I believe was that Alex Luan, may I wonder? No, that was Huang Ming Nguyen, who was trying to overtake the Thai driver, as Lewis McIntyre set yet another improvement to his pole time to 1:32 flat now, as Ennis Parachi crosses the line. The Ferrari driver goes P3. Nice little improvement for Ennis Parachi then. As Aiden Smith currently on a lap here as he heads through the middle sector. What is his middle sector time going to be? It's about 1.2 off. So look, I think he is up on his personal time. As Jafari Blackwood in Mercedes sets an improvement. He goes P5. And there's an improvement from Alfred Klaus. Very good lap time from him there, as he's actually side by side with the McLaren of who might that be? Ole Boaks. He's side by side with. But yeah, Klaus up in the P10 then. As they're gonna have, I think, a nice little scrap here, as Boaks is gonna try it on Klaus on the inside line to turn 4. And there goes Rubinho Gonzalez up into P4. Goes the Spaniard in the Williams. Fantastic stuff from him as he's up into P4. In the meanwhile, there's Alexander Arnold, his team is currently in P11 as he is down in P14 at the moment. There's Daniel Fraser in the pit lane as McIntyre and Charles Shainat into the pits. Parachi follows suit as Luan, I think, is on an outlap here. I believe he is. Aaron Curtis, though, he is on a flyer in his Sauber. No, he's not. He's on his in lap. But Miran Evji down in P80 now, as he will cross the line, and he goes P6 ahead of Jafari Blackwood. And never mind then, as Blackwood goes up into P5, sends FG down back to 7th place. So Mercedes driver back up into 5th. As here is Aiden Smith then, as he comes into the pit lane, the man in P10. That's just the man in P15, Dennis Graf. as he goes across the line, and it's P9 for Dennis Graf. Wang Ming Nguyen on a lap time here as well on the Red Bull, as he heads down the back straight. And he is into the pit lane. But here's his teammate Alex Luanda, and he's on lap time here as well. Gonna see if the other Vietnamese driver will try to... or what was I gonna say? Will finish up this lap. And he will. So let's see if Luan can improve his lap time. And he can. He goes P4. With that lap up into the second row goes Alex Luan. Next across the line is Miran Evji, and he does not improve. And then we have Erkin Newton P18, and he goes P3. What on earth? I think BOP, dude. I think we might have screwed the performance settings up a bit, but I don't know. What on earth? Well, that is Erkin Newton and McLaren Honda P3. Yeah. I think, yeah, it must have gone a slipstream or something. No way he manages P3 in a McLaren Honda. Well, yeah, I guess that's cool. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, we'll just say, I don't know, McLaren, I don't know what McLaren did to Erkin Nick's car, but hey, it's up there in P3. As Jafari Blackwood is on an outlap here, he just came out of the pit lane, I believe he did. And it's practically on a flyer, but he's being held up by the other Renault. That's not Dennis Graf. I have no idea who the other Renault was again. I've completely forgotten. It's Charles Scheinert, right. But yeah, Charles Scheinert holding up Ennis Paratsky here as Ennis has a look to the outside line. And he is trying to get past the man from Thailand, but he's being held up here, and I don't think he will be too happy about it. As they head into turn number 11, see Parachik's middle sector is quite off the pace. It's not too off the pace, but it is still off the pace. For Parachki, unfortunately, for the man from Macedonia. As there goes Alex Arnold up into P13, and he's gone one position up on his teammate. He's actually, never mind, I was just gonna say that he equaled his teammate's time, but Alfred Klaus just went P10 with that lap, and his practice gonna cross the line. Unsurprisingly, no improvement, but it is an improvement for Charles Scheinert ahead, so he goes P10. There is Fraser up at the P14 in the Toro Rosso, as I think Ollie Bogues managed an improvement as well, but he's down in P18 as Parachki is trying to get ahead of the Renault here. Has a look to the outside, he's going to switch to the inside as well, as Aiden Smith goes P10. Parachki on the inside line. How much pressure is Charles Scheinert going to put up here? And actually quite a lot of resistance from Charles Scheinert. Parachki not too happy, I presume. As there he is, Daniel Fraser in P14. He is currently doing quite well in 14th as his teammate Nikhil Walji in 19th at the moment. Down into turn 9, and then turn 10 goes Daniel Fraser. As there's an improvement, and that's the Sauber of Aaron Curtis, and he's actually gone up into P11. That's a fantastic time from Aaron Curtis in the Sauber, and he is almost into the top 10, but there's Jafari Blackwood up into P3, and he knocks Erkinit down to P4. So the top 3 start for McLaren Honda, and Erkinit has it is over. As there's function of Chow Shynot, and there is Huang Min Nguyen with a very good improvement. Up into P2 goes the Vietnamese driver. But look at that, he's still 5/10 off Lewis McIntyre. McIntyre's on pole by half a second. That is absolutely insane from Lewis McIntyre. And, we haven't showed him at all this session, and it's because he hasn't really done much. He's, set a fantastic lap time as Ed Kinnett's going to go across the line. You can see he's 1.4 off the pole time. And he's only 7/10 off on his best lap. As Thomas Mandich goes across the line, he improves, but he stays last in Sauber. So, not nice stuff from Thomas Mandich, I guess. As Henry J. Brown, there is in P3 at the moment. Aaron Curtis then, as he will make his way down the start-finish straight. Across the line he goes. He actually improves. Gets past Aidan Smith for P11. And nice improvement for the Irishman. As we see Jafari Blackwood going across the line. Blackwood does not improve. There's Alfred Klaus into the pit lane. Ollie Boaks in as well. There's Lewis McIntyre as he crosses the line. No improvement for him, as everyone's just diving into the pit lane now. It's about 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining, so everyone coming into the pit lane won't be going out again. There's Aidan Smith though. He's out and going around the circuit. He's just gonna cross the line here, so let's see what Aidan Smith can manage. Not an improvement for him, unfortunately. Neither is for Adam Hidayat behind. Alex Luan is gonna finish up this lap as well. Can Luan improve? No, he cannot. He stays P7 for now. Thomas Mandich is gonna want to try to get himself out of last place in the Sauber. And there's Rubinho Gonzalez currently in P8 as he will cross the line to start his lap. So Henry J. Brown in P3. No idea how Henry J. Brown has managed P3 as well. But yeah, to be fair, Force India did score 2 podiums in 2017 in the ACOC, so that isn't too far-fetched. But McLaren Honda in P5, I guess, yeah, it's a bit weird. As here's Jafari Blackwood then. Goes across the line. I think, did he just get another lap in there? I have no idea. But either way, the check flag is out. We're waiting for 10 cars to cross the line. Lewis McIntyre's first across. He does not improve, but he doesn't need to. As he's got such he's got really dominant lap time on his back there, so I don't think he actually needs to improve. As there's Daniel Fraser into the pit lane, so he aborts his lap. Aidan Smith. Let's see if Smith will finish up this lap. And he will, so Smith heads down the start-finish straight then. Can Aidan Smith improve? Yes, he can. It's P9 for Aidan Smith. And he's knocked Miran Evji in the Ferrari out of the top 10. Alex Luan is next across. Can he improve? No, he cannot. Then we have Rubinho Gonzalez just making his way just to turn number 14 and then turn 15. Going to see if Gonzalez can improve as he will make his way across the line now. No improvement for Gonzalez. Henry J. Brown in the Force India. Across the line, there's Nikhil Walji and I think that's Miran Evji. They are side by side. Don't think there's going to be any improvement for either of them though, as FG's run a bit wide there. Are both just going to finish their laps? Yes, they are. As they're going to go across the line. FG does not improve, neither does Nikhil Walji, unsurprisingly. Jafari Blackwood, yeah, he just got a lap in there, so he's going to be the final car to cross the line, and he cannot do it. And that means that Lewis McIntyre, after a very dominant qualifying session, is on pole for the anniversary event here at Bahrain. So it's time to go through the starting grid then, before lights out for the Formula 1 race here at Bahrain. And it is Lewis McIntyre for Mercedes, who is on pole position. With a very, very strong lap time from Huang Ming Nguyen in second place. On the second row, we have Henry J. Brown, the Force India, accompanied by the Mercedes of Jafari Blackwood, and then the McLaren Honda of... Oh, that's so stupid to say. Erkki Nytt in P5, followed by the man who piloted that McLaren Honda back in 2017, Ennis Parachki in the Ferrari in P6. Alex Lewon starts P7, followed by Rubinho Gonzalez in P8. Then we have Aiden Smith in P9, followed by Fongchon Chow Shinat in P10, who's under the flag of Pakistan for some reason. I don't know why that is. But we have Miran Erji in P11 in the Ferrari. Not the best qualifying for him, as it's Aaron Curtis in the Sauber in P12. Very good qualifying for him. It's Alfred Klaus in P13, followed by Dennis Groff in P14. Daniel Fraser in 15th, followed by the Haas of Alexander Arnold in 16th. P17 is Adam Hidayat, followed by Ollie Boaks in 18th. And the final two cars on the grid will be the Toros of Nikhil Walji and the Sauber of Thomas Mandic. So let's get on the way for race 2 then of the 1-year anniversary event of the ACOC for Formula 1. As the lights are coming on, it's Lewis McIntyre on pole, but can Huang Ming do anything in second place? As we are underway at Bahrain, and it's quite a good start for Lewis McIntyre, I think, as Nguyen got the jump on the Mercedes driver as he heads into the inside. Yeah, there is Nguyen on the inside line. McIntyre have to defend the outside. I think there's a crash in the back. I believe that was Brown and Blackwood making contact. Either way, McIntyre's actually been overtaken by Huang Ming Nguyen at the start. The Rebel driver leads the Bahrain Grand Prix as they head out of turn 3. There's Brown and Blackwood side by side. As Erkki actually made up his way up to P4. I think, no, that's not P4, I think it's P5 actually. As Brown on the inside can't do anything against Mercedes. He falls down to 4th place. Oh, I think there's an incident at the back. No, there isn't. As Mandic is side by side with the Williams there. I didn't quite catch who it was. But there's Mandic now down the inside of the Williams of Adam Hidayat. That you're gonna be two are going to be dueling heading down to turn 9 as well. Mandic trying to hold him off. Trying to get past on the outside, not holding me off. But it is Hidayat who gets past, and obviously a far more superior car. As there's Alex Lewon in P4 at the moment. And Aiden Smith in P6. Erkki Nytt surprisingly has held his P5 for the time being, but I don't think he's going to be able to make any moves. There's a bit of a battling going on at the back. Whoa, my goodness, look at this. As there's Daniel Fraser down the inside of Alexander Arnold. Miran Erji is fallen out to P12. Is now defending from... who might have been defending from, as the sparks flying in the back from the McLaren of I can't remember who that is. I said 3 wide into the final corner is the 2 Torossos of Fraser and Walji, and it's going to be Ollie Boaks who gets involved into this as well, as I think they are going to be 3 wide coming down the start finish line. Look at this, the 2 Torossos and Ollie Boaks in the McLaren. It's going to be 3 wide into turn 1. Boaks on the inside. It's going to be Walji in the middle, I think that is, as they make contact. And one's been forced off the track. I believe that was Daniel Fraser has been forced off. Either way, it hasn't impacted him too much, as there he is ahead of the 2. Boaks is going to get Walji here. He's going to try it on Fraser as well on the inside line. And then as they head into turn 4, Fraser defending the long way round. It's going to be Boaks on the inside line as they head into the downhill chicane. As there is Lewon. And what has happened to Alex Lewon, may I wonder? I think we could get the replay on that. We're going to see what happened to Lewon, as he was side by side with Henry J. Brown here. He tried on him. And on the curb there, that's really upset the car. And he's made contact with Parachki on re-entry. So that's an unsafe re-entry for Alex Lewon. And not very nice from him, and that's going to leave the Ferrari driver Ennis Parachki with a bit of damage. This is Mandic on the inside line of Adam Hidayat. Sparks flying there from the Williams, but it's going to be Hidayat who gets the better exit on the Croatian, as the 2 are going to be wheel to wheel heading into turn 11. Mandic's going to have the inside line, as it's going to be Hidayat around the outside, but he's being forced wide then by Mandic, but he's gotten ahead of the Sauber. As Jafari Blackwood now chasing down his team with Lewis McIntyre. McIntyre himself is chasing down Huang Ming Nguyen. Look how close he is, as Gonzalez now tries to clear Ennis Parachki. Parachki trying to do his best to try and get out of the way. Look at that nose of the Ferrari. It's absolutely damaged. But Luan and Gonzalez are now going to engage in battle as Luan's going to try to salvage the positions. Hopefully, Pavelski doesn't get in the way too much of this, as there he is. And I think there's no contact between the two, but it's going to be Gonzalez who does get ahead, as there was a 3-wide situation coming into turn 1. So it is Gonzalez who does get ahead. Meanwhile, there in the background is Aaron Curtis. Is he trying to get China for points? I can't believe it. Curtis there on the inside line as he's challenging China to head into the down the chicane. Oh no, and there's a crash, and there's Luan spinning around. He's held it though, but that's going to send him down a lot of positions. So let's see what happened here. So we could get the onboard with Luan here. I think that will provide us with a nice overtake, and that's the second incident for Alex Luan into the chicane as he goes on Gonzalez. It's not even close enough to make it. Goes over the curve. That really upsets the car, and he just loses. I think he didn't make contact with Chow Shynut. As Groff lives past, Curtis lives past as well. I think we get the onboard from Chow Shynut there as well. Oh no. Oh no. I think the game crashed. Are you kidding me? Okay, yeah, how do we do this now? I guess restart, maybe? We'll say... Yeah, we're gonna have a restart real quickly. We're just gonna confirm it if it is from the last known grid position or... Yeah, they're starting in running order. So, we're gonna see what the running order will be. So, yeah. This won't take this won't take too much. This won't take too long to sort out. So we'll just fix up the grid. It'll be in running order, so everyone is where they were prior to the red flag, and we'll get back underway with not too much of a problem. But yeah, it's not nice stuff from Alex Luan then. Luckily for Ennis Parky though, that's going to fix his damage that he accumulated from Luan's re-entry. So yeah, the Ferrari is going to get it up fixed. That's going to be nice for him. But Luan is... yeah. Luan has been involved in a few incidents in the race. We're going to hope for a good restart once again. Hopefully the game won't crash this time. So, yeah. Don't know what's happening with the game crash. We've had 2 today. It's kind of stupid, but what can we do about it? Things like this happen. So we're just going to have to wait. Yeah, I saw that. Don't worry about that. We'll get back underway with the race shortly. Thank you for your patience. We'll just be getting underway in a tiny bit. But yeah, McIntyre, or not McIntyre, sorry. What was I gonna say? it was obviously Nguyen who took the race lead, so he's going to start on pole once again. We'll see if he can hold that pole, or if McIntyre's going to try it down the inside into the first corner, obviously, just like Nguyen did on McIntyre. We'll see if he gives him a taste of his own medicine. And then obviously you got what was it? Erkki Nytt in P5. So we'll see if he can still hold on to that 5th place. I think we're back. Yes, we are back. So I think we're just going to get underway with the race now as it was. No need for me to go through the starting grid order again. And yes, here we are for the restart then. It's Hwang Nguyen who starts on pole from Lewis McIntyre P2. Let's see what will happen as we are underway again for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it is Nguyen who gets away well. I think it is going to be Blackwood is going to try to challenge his team and McIntyre into the first corner. So it's not turned out well for Lewis McIntyre. There's Jafari Blackwood on the inside line. Takes P2 as the two Mercedes are going to be swapping for position. Nytt is trying into Henry J. Brown for P4 there in the background as he's going to go around the outside. But the two Mercedes then of Blackwood and McIntyre. There's Blackwood hanging on the outside line as they're going to head into the chicane side by side. Blackwood on the inside line then trying to hang on as they're basically in equal machinery here as Blackwood comes out ahead, but McIntyre with the better exit on the inside line into the braking zone as he's going to try to hang on to Peter. This is good news for Hwang Nguyen as if they duel, that means that he'll be able to pull away more as Black is going to be on the inside line into the braking zone of turn 10. He goes, and it's going to be McIntyre swinging around the outside, and he should get it done. Erkki Nytt has actually gone up into P4. He's overtaken Henry J. Brown on the McLaren. What a legend. As there's Henry J. Brown, he's still chasing down Erkki Nytt. And this has brought Enis Paratsky into the play, as he might try to overtake the, he might try to overtake those two. As there's Alfred Klaus trying to make the move on Mir and FG, or in the Haas, should I say. FG's not having the greatest of times, as he's struggling quite a bit. There's McIntyre having a look, though, on Hwang Nguyen, and he's got quite a poor exit, because here comes Jafari Blackwood. Side by side with the Mercedes driver, as the two Silver Arrows are going to go wheel to wheel. The two Toros in the background there side by side as well, but it's going to be Blackwood on the inside line here, as it's going to be McIntyre around the outside, and it is going to be McIntyre who remains ahead, as the two Mercedes really battling it out here in the desert, reminiscent of Bahrain back in 2014 between Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg in a real life F1 race, as McIntyre having it on the outside line then, as they might try it on the Nguyen there, and oh no, he's gone over the curb there, and that's really upset the car, and they make contact between McIntyre and Black, with the two Mercedes come together, and is that damage for McIntyre? May I wonder, his sidepod looks a bit scraped, and McIntyre though has fallen down to P3. That's a shame for McIntyre, as Alex Arnold's now defending for the two Toro Rossos, as there's Daniel Fraser. As he's having a look on the outside of Alexander Arnold. Nice stuff from the outside there from Daniel Fraser, and he gets past the German, but they're going to be wheel to wheel, as Nikhil Walt's going to get involved in this as well. Is it going to be 3 wide into turn 11? Can this really work? Walter backs out of it. Fraser going a bit wide there, but he's got the move done. As Hidayat now is going to try it on Nikhil Walter. Walter got such a poor exit out of turn 11. Hidayat around the outside to turn 11 and through turn 13 as well, as they're going to be wheel to wheel, heading down to start finish straight, or not, not start finish straight, back straight, as there's McIntyre side by side with Blackwood once again, as Nguyen says the fastest lap. Blackwood trying to cover him off as much as possible, trying to put the squeeze on the Brit, as they're going to be wheel to wheel. McIntyre on the inside line as they head into turn 2 and out of turn 3 now. McIntyre with the better run out of turn 3. He's looking at the outside. He's going to switch to the inside though, late on the brakes for Lewis McIntyre. Can he get it? As there is quite a bit of damage to that side pod, it looks like, for McIntyre. So I think there is a pretty notable impact to his car as he's gone wide again. And I think McIntyre pushing his car over the limits of what is possible, as there's Paratsky down the inside of Henry J. Brown. He's having a look on the Portuguese driver as he tries on the outside. There's Luan on Aiden Smith as they're going to go into the braking zone. Luan late on the brakes, going to go on the outside, swinging around the outside for Alex Luan, and he gets it done. But yeah, three-way battle for P4 then between Parashki, Brown and Nytt as Luan gets up into P8. Blackwood might be challenging for the lead here as he's gotten very, very close to the Mercedes, or the Red Bull of Huang Min Nguyen. So we could see a nice little battle forming up here as they head down the final corner, and now down the start-finish straight to the run into the first corner we will go. As he's going to have the DRS, Jafari Blackwood setting the fastest lap of the race. He's ready to hunt for the race lead. As there's nothing happening here, but I think there is a bit happening in the background. I think Chow Shainat and Luan are side by side, and Smith and Graf are wheel to wheel as well. Well, as the two Renaults are going to go on the inside line then. As Chow Shainat can't quite get it done on Luan just yet. He's going to have the better exit though, out of turn 3, as he's going to have a look on the inside of the man from Vietnam. As into turn 4 they go, late on the brakes for Luan, on the outside line. He's gonna have the superior grip obviously in that Red Bull car versus the Renault. As Chow Shainat on the inside line, and he can't do it. Oh my goodness, and he's gone off the track, and that's held up Aiden Smith, unfortunately for him. He's gonna have a look on the outside, but he can't do it, and that's held up Smith massively. Luan can just pull away with there. There's Nytt, round the outside he goes as Brown repassed him, but Nytt in the McLaren, he's gone around the outside into turn 10. Fantastic move from Nytt in the McLaren Honda. How is he doing this? As there's a Graf on the inside now as well of Henry J. Brown. They make contact. Brown is forced off the track, but yeah, that is. Did I say Graf? I meant Parachki. So used to Graf in the Ferrari, I'm sorry. But yeah, that was Parachki getting ahead of Brown, forcing him off as well. Henry will not be too pleased with that, I think. As we're going to head down the start-finish straight once again. Blackwood catching up to Huang Min Nguyen as they head down the start-finish straight. As they head into the first corner, Nguyen remains ahead of Blackwood. And McIntyre's actually caught up. So is McIntyre gonna stay behind, or will he just cause more trouble for his teammate? We will see. As there's Parachki now on Erki Nytt. Nytt's gonna have to defend for his life here from the Ferrari car. Will he be able to do it actually? As they head into chicane, he should be ahead of Parachki, and he is actually. So nice stuff from him. There's Gonzalez on Luan. Oh my goodness! As a contact between the two, and it's knocked him down a position. It's got damage as well, and it's going to allow Henry J. Brown to try and sneak past the Estonian driver as well. Oh my goodness! I cannot believe it for Erki Nytt. That is not how it should have gone. Wonder if we can get a replay on that as well. And you can see there was a collision. But if we could get the rear view camera, and he's actually gone wide, and bam, straight into the side of the McLaren goes Enis Parachki. I think if we could get the Parachki on board there, I think we could see very nicely. So into the chicane, Nytt is ahead. Both of them go with the curb. Nytt goes wide. He loses control. And I have to say, I'm going to have to blame it on Erki Nytt, unfortunately. He just kind of turned in. Either way, it's a shame though for the McLaren drivers. He's got damage. He's down to P6 now, as he was running oh so well, and he's now got to deal with Rubino Gonzalez there on the inside line. As the Williams driver going to take advantage of the stricken McLaren, and he swoops past. So Nytt's going to fall like a stone here. There's McIntyre on the inside line. Is he gonna Is he really putting the pressure up to his teammate? He is not taking any prisoners. Lewis McIntyre. Doesn't matter if his teammate's competing for the lead. He wants the position. As there's Luan now on Nytt. As yeah, Jafari, it was 23 laps before, but we shortened it because yeah, we just treated it as a red flag. As there's Luan on the inside line, trying to overtake. I can not defending, but yeah, he gets ahead of the McLaren quite easily. Not a lot Nytt can do to damage in a damaged McLaren Honda. As there is Graf on Smith again on the inside line. He will go, Dennis Graf. As Smith defend valiantly then, as there's Luan on the inside of Gonzalez. And he's gonna try it on the outside line. Is there enough space for the Vietnamese driver? No, not yet. As there's FG trying to make his way past his actual teammate Dennis Groff in the Renault. As might he have a look into turn 10? No, the space is not there for him. So he's gonna have to stay back in P12 for the time being. As meanwhile, the battle for the lead between Hoàng Minh Nguyen, Jafari Blackwood, and Lewis McIntyre. As there's Nguyen who leads. I think Blackwood thought of having a look there. I think he thought of going for the move, and he's compromised him on exit actually, because he had to move together. There comes Lewis McIntyre, as he is going to be wheel to wheel. He's at the fastest lap. McIntyre really isn't taking any prisoners at all. He's going to be late on the brakes on Jafari Blackwood. Blackwood's going to defend the outside line though. Should be ahead of his teammate McIntyre. And I think that will be Lewis down to P3 for now. Mercedes really not working together. It's drama at Mercedes. I think there's been a crash. I believe Groff has been involved in it. If we could just check Dennis Groff real quickly. Just check the replay, yeah. Because he went down several positions, I saw. We're gonna see Dennis Groff has a 3 wide into turn 1. Smith getting sandwiched. And no, that was just Groff in 2 positions. So I thought it maybe crashed somewhere. But we're gonna focus on the battle for the lead once again, as McIntyre looking very frisky there, as he's really just throwing that car around. I haven't seen this Lewis McIntyre. Where has he been hiding all along? As Miran Evji and Aiden Smith side by side as well on the inside line. Might try to get Dennis Groff there as well, but I think he's biting off more than he can chew here. But he's still going to try to get Aiden Smith, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel into turn 10. Evji's going to have the outside line then, late on the race for Aiden Smith, but Evji around the outside, and he gets it done on Aiden Smith. But Smith, I think, is still going to try to hang on. Not much he can do though, as the Ferrari of Evji gets ahead. As there's Blackwood then, as he's going to try to the final corner for the race lead, but he hasn't succeeded with the move, and it's compromised on exit. Nguyen's gone wide. This is classic ACLC racing, ladies and gentlemen. As the drivers are just going all out for the race win here. McIntyre, there he is, side by side with his teammate, as it's going to be Blackwood on the outside, McIntyre on the inside line then. Can Lewis make the move stick? As he is going to be behind him now. He's going to get the better exit out of this corner. And as you can see, he's going to have a look on the inside line then of the Jamaican teammate. As into the braking on the turn 4, they will go. McIntyre on the inside line then, as the battle continues into the chicane. And Nguyen just has to hope that he doesn't get roped into this battle, as Blackwood remains ahead then of McIntyre. Lewis having a look around the outside, as he's really just driving, just pushing the limits, as there's Groff and Nitz side by side. So Edgar Nitz just falling out of the points now almost. As Miran Evji might try to get all of this, let's Groff around the outside of Edgar Nitz. And we only see moves into the inside of that corner, but Groff is actually trying the outside line into turn 8. As here's going to go on the inside, should get this done on McLaren Honda. As Nitz going to still try to hang on the outside. He's actually done quite well to defend with a broken car. As Miran Evji, as he's seen the opportunity, he's going to go for it on Groff. On the inside line there. Oh, Dennis Groff forced wide there by Miran Evji. That's not the nicest move from Miran Evji. As there is Jafari Blackwood for the lead once again. But he's been compromised on exit. That's Nikhil Walji. And what has happened to the Toro Rosso driver? We're going to see this. So there is Ollie Boakes and his teammate Fraser as well. As he headed to turn 11. He's side by side with Boakes, and then goes on the curb. Oh, just taps Boakes, and that's him out. Just tapped the rear wheel of the McLaren, and that's put him out of the race. But we're going to see now as they head down and start finish straight. There's McIntyre once again on Jafari Blackwood, as Blackwood's still going to try to defend from the Brit. I do think McIntyre really is just holding up the Mercedes team at the moment for the race win. As there's Chaushina and there's Luan as well. I saw Gonzalez, I think that was. No, it wasn't Gonzalez, right? Yeah, no, it was Gonzalez. I think Chaushina tried it on Gonzalez, and then Luan just kind of came out of nowhere and tried it on Chaushina. As there's McIntyre now down the inside into turn 8, as the battles actually continued. This McIntyre held on for quite longer than Jafari would have wanted. So McIntyre, he wants this P2, as he's gonna go on the outside into turn 10. Should have the better traction out of turn 10, and I think he is ahead. We're gonna see though as they head into turn 11, McIntyre just about a car length ahead, and he is now 100% ahead as McIntyre gets up into P2 finally after just pressuring Jafari Blackwood. He is up into second. And he's already catching up to Huang Minghui, and McIntyre wants this race lead back. As Miran Erg is trying to overtake Erki Nut now. Having a look on the outside line then. As there's Dennis Groff. As Erg is going to try to cover him off. He's going to try to move on Nut at the same time. They're going to be 3 wide into the final corner. Dennis doesn't try. They're not 3 wide. Only 2 wide as Erg is going to be on the inside line. Erki Nut on the outside. He's doing the best that he can with the machinery that has been given. But he's going to be on the inside. Maybe he'll get it done before the first corner, actually. Yeah, he does get it done before the first corner. Is Nut going to retaliate on FG? No, he doesn't. He stays behind, but there's the Sauber of Aaron Curtis as he's trying, Dennis Groff. Where did he come from in all this? As he's going to be side by side with Groff into turn 3 on the inside line. The Sauber coming out of absolutely nowhere. It felt like, as there's Klaus with a late move on Aiden Smith as well. But yeah, they're going to be wheel to wheel through the chicane. This hopefully should be clean, and I've jinxed it, I think, as Curtis is round. And can he get his way back onto the circuit? No, he can't. He's stuck. I think he's waiting for the other guys to come across. Come on, Aaron. Oh, there we go. But he's rejoined in last. What a shame for Aaron Curtis. Oh my goodness, that was the worst timing from me. But yeah, that's Aaron Curtis down to last then, as I lost control out of chicane. As there's McIntyre side by side with Huang Ming Nguyen as they head into the final corner. Nguyen around the outside, he's gonna try to defend it the long way around. As McIntyre couldn't quite do it. Is he gonna get the slipstream on Nguyen? As Luan and Gonzalez are fighting for position as well. But into turn 1 they will go. There's Rubinho Gonzalez as he's wheel to wheel with Alex Luan of Red Bull. On the inside goes Alex Luan. Gonzalez round the outside, and he gets it done. Luan though might be under pressure for function of Chaushina. Graf is dueling with Erki Nut for position. Oh no! And that's Dennis Graf, and he's round, and Erki Nut. What has happened here? As Graf is now facing the wrong way, and oh my goodness, he's made contact with Ollie Boaks as well. And I think that is, yeah, that's Dennis Graf out. Let's see what's happened here. What on earth? So there's Graf, and there's Nut as well, as he's defending from Graf. Oh, just gets tagged and spun round by Erki Nut, and there's Smith making contact. And Graf trying to reverse. Oh, yeah, that's clumsy as well from Graf. So Erki Nut just making contact with him there, and that didn't really end well for neither of them. As the one that's going to go on the outside line there of Rubinho Gonzalez. He's going to have the inside line though into turn 9. He should just be ahead as Dennis Graf. Yeah, there he is. He's out of the race. Gonzalez still defending the outside line then, as Chaushina is going to try to slip past. Yes, there's Alexander Arnold. He's now trying to get past Erki Nut, the McLaren. As there's McIntyre once again for the race lead. This man really wants to claw his way back up into the race lead. And he's just really been putting relentless pressure on the people behind. As he's going to be in the slipstream of Nguyen on the inside line. He has a look but he's not close enough to try just yet. You can see that Mercedes looks very battered on the left side pod, but McIntyre's gonna have the run on Nguyen for the race lead as they head into turn number 4. McIntyre on the inside line then, as Nguyen is gonna have to defend the outsider wheel to wheel heading into the chicane, and it should be Nguyen ahead as they make their way out of turn number 6. And yeah, that is Nguyen ahead. There's Luan and Gonzalez still battling for position. They are as they head through the chicane. Luan's gonna have to watch out, not another incident into this corner. And oh yeah, he lost it a bit there, but he managed to hold it there. So yeah, a crisis averted for Alex Luan as Hidayat and Nytt side by side. That's not the smartest place to go side by side with a broken car, but Erki Nytt actually held it. Just barely, I should say, as there's the two passes. There's Alfred Klaus down the inside of Adam Hidayat out of nowhere, as Hidayat was braking to avoid going into the back of Nytt. It's just giving Alfred Klaus a springboard to try and get past the Indonesian, and I think he might actually get past. This is really not played into the hands of what was I gonna say, Hidayat. As they head into turn number 11, Klaus around the outside. Is he gonna get it done? He has gotten it done. Into P12 goes Alfred Klaus. That was very opportunistic from him. As Arnold chasing down Hidayat as well. Having a look on the outside line, but he's kind of compromised himself because here comes Daniel Fraser into turn number 13 as they will go wheel to wheel. And he's got a very, very good run out of the corner. He's gonna get boxed in here, I believe, Arnold. As Hidayat's there in P13, Fraser over the curb though. That can't do him any good as they head down the start finish straight. You can see just how many cars are involved into this as Fraser now under pressure from, is that Thomas Mandich there in P16, I think, as Hidayat's trying it on Klaus, trying to re-overtake the Swede. He can't do it into turn 1 though. Fraser having to watch out for Thomas Mandich, and he's done so, as he's trying to get back on Alexander Arnold, as he's gonna do that on the inside line into turn number 4. As they're just about side by side. Fraser might back out of this though into the chicane, and he has backed out of it. Oh no, there's someone off, and that's Klaus. Oh my goodness, and that is Alfred Klaus out of the race. Let's see what's happened to Alfred Klaus, as there's Erki Nytt. Might he be the man involved in this incident? No. Klaus was lost control on his own, but he tagged the Williams of Adam Hidayat as he lost control. So that's on Klaus, unfortunately, and I think that is our third DNF session. Unless he can get that the Haas back rolling, as Fraser is still dueling with Thomas Mandich here. As yeah, that's Klaus out. Mandich gonna go around the outside then of the Toro Rosso. I think he's gonna get past the Toro Rosso actually. As they head into turn number 11, Mandich then on the outside line, and he gets it done on Daniel Fraser. Fraser might have to defend from his fellow compatriot Ollie Boakes in the McLaren, as Aaron Curtis, who obviously got sent down to last, could get involved in this as well, as he's having a look around the outside of Ollie Boakes. You might think with the inside though later on, as there's Erki Nytt on Adam Hidayat. Erki Nytt been involved in a lot of incidents today. As they will head into turn number 1. Hidayat's gonna have the inside line, and he is ahead of Erki Nytt on the inside line. So that's the first inside line overtake we've seen succeed. Well, obviously, granted, Erki Nytt is in a McLaren Honda, and a broken McLaren Honda at that. But it is Adam Hidayat ahead out of turn 1. Nice and simple move for the Indonesian. Up into P11 he goes. As meanwhile, a bit further up the midfield, Alex the One is still trying to get past Rubinho Gonzalez on the inside into turn 11. He's going to try to force Rubinho wide there. It's not really worked in his favor, because here comes functional charge Shynut. McIntyre, who is having he's having a thought of going on, and he's going to go on Kwang Min Nguyen now. very, very early pullout for McIntyre. We're going to see, though, if this will succeed for Lewis McIntyre on the inside line. He's got the overlap, but Nguyen's late on the brakes as they head out of turn 1. And it should be Huang Minh Nguyen, the Vietnamese driver, still retaining the race lead. So I have to say, fantastic defending from Huang Minh Nguyen as they're 3 wide into turn 1. Chow Shai, not Luan and Gonzalez, but I think Luan just kind of backed out of that. As Chow Shai is now dueling with Luan, so Luan went from offense to defense here. As Chow Shai is going to be on the inside line here. I think Alex should have an easy time defending from the Thai driver Chow Chai, and he is ahead of the Renault. As there's McIntyre on the inside line into turn 11. Is that gonna work? As yes, it has. Nguyen's gone wide, and I think this is gonna be the prime opportunity for McIntyre to try it. As he has a look around the outside to turn 12, now to turn 13. He's gonna be on the outside line once again. Gonna go a long way around the Red Bull driver. They're wheel to wheel. Can McIntyre do it? The sparks fly here at Bahrain, and I think he is ahead. He's just about half a car length ahead. He's 50% ahead, and he's 100% ahead. Lewis McIntyre takes the lead, retakes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff from Lewis McIntyre. He's fought his way through, and Jafari Blackwood is gonna try it as well into the first corner, as he's gonna try to make it a Mercedes 1-2 here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. But Nguyen defends from Blackwood for the time being. As there's Luan on Gonzalez as well. Let's see if this move will succeed for Alex Luan as they head out of turn 1. And Gonzalez remains ahead for the time being. Is Luan going to get the run of the Williams though? I don't think he has. As heading down the start-finish straight, there's Thomas Mandic on Erki Nytt, as Nytt now falls down to P14. And I don't think this should be too much of an issue for Thomas Mandic. As he's now, as you can see how close he is to the back of Erki Nytt. On the inside into turn number 4 goes Mandic, as there's Curtis who's trying to get past Ollie Boakes. So actually well done from Aaron Curtis, who's actually clawed his way back up the order. As, oh no, that's Mandic, and he's had a bit of a moment there coming out of the chicane, and look how close Daniel Fraser is now. So that's really not benefited Thomas Mandic at all, as he's made a bit of a mistake, and that's going to be him staying in P14 for the time being. There's Blackwood, as he is looking to get alongside Huang Minh Nguyen as Lewis McIntyre sets the fastest lap. He is really pulling away from these two now, as there's just about 2 laps to go. Can Blackwood get up into P2 as well to secure the Mercedes 1-2 as he head into the first corner? Blackwood can't quite do it just yet, as he's going to be in the slipstream of Nguyen. Into turn 4 they will go. Huang Minh Nguyen though defending around the outside, and it is going to be Nguyen who is ahead, I think, but it is going to be Nguyen. Oh my goodness, as there's a slide for Jafari Blackwood. Oh my goodness, I'm getting very tired just keeping up with all this action. It's grueling to commentate 2 races in a row, I've noticed. As there's Luan trying in on Gonzalez, and he's almost lost it. He's kept it though, as that's going to allow Chow Shai to maybe have a look on Alex Luan. As there is Daniel Fraser on Thomas Mandic. On the inside goes the Brit versus the Croatian, as they're going to go wheel to wheel into the chicane. And it's going to be Fraser on the inside line. He's going to have a better grip around here, and then on the braking zone at turn 8, it's going to be on the inside. Should theoretically have the better advantage now as they head into turn 9 and turn 10. Fraser's going to have the outside line advantage, as it's going to be Mandic late on the brakes, but that's not going to matter, as it's going to be Fraser round the outside. Can't quite hold on to it though, as there is there's Erki Nytt. So Fraser's actually got boxed in here, and that is not nice for Daniel Fraser's Mandic now wheel to wheel with the McLaren of Erik Nüt. Round the outside he will go. And I think he is going to get Nüt finally as they will head into turn number 13. As Boakes has gotten past Fraser actually, so he could get involved in this as well. As yeah, look at that, there he is, up and alongside Mandich and Boakes. As Boakes gonna try it on the inside, he can't quite do it though, but he's gonna try to get past his stricken teammate Erik Nüt. As Daniel Fraser might try to go with his fellow countryman Ollie Boakes, as I think, might they be 3 wide into the first corner? Can this really end well? As it's two McLarens versus the Toro Rosso, and it's not ended well for Ollie Boakes. It's to be spun around by Daniel Fraser. Aaron Curtis involved in that as well. And oh my goodness, Daniel Fraser has gone into the back of Ollie Boakes, spun him round, and that is the 3 of them unable to move. So that brings some further retirements to this race. There's Luana Gonzalez once again. Now he's going to try it. He won't succeed with it though. Oh, Boakes is actually back on the way. So is Curtis. Oh, and that's Fraser without his front right. And that can't be well. I don't think... Okay, that's going to pose an issue. Daniel Fraser now. He's going to crawl around the circuit at snail pace. Of course, it's the Toro Rosso doing it. Oh, if you know, you know. As Luan is still chasing down Rubino Gonzalez on the final lap of the race. As there's Charles Scheinert, who's looking to get involved into this battle. FG there side by side with not Charles Scheinert. Yeah, he is with Charles Scheinert actually. As he's looking to get past the man from Thailand. Really not the greatest race for him in the Ferrari. As there he goes on the inside line into turn 4. As Charles still going to try to hold off the Swedish driver in the Ferrari as he hops over the curb. And it should be, that's FG down to P9, but that's someone who's had a bit of an off. And that is Rubino Gonzalez, who has had a bit of a moment there. And that's going to allow me and FG to try and find the opportunity to try and get past the Spaniard. There's Lewis McIntyre then, as he comes down the back straight. There's Fraser, and yeah, he's out, unsurprisingly, with a wheel off. McIntyre, though, is going to come across the line. It's been a very, very interesting performance from this man today. He was P1, went down to P3, and back up to P1 again, as Lewis McIntyre wins the 1-year anniversary event here at Silverstone. Or Silverstone? Bahrain, I mean, where did I get Silverstone from? Nguyen P2, Blackwood P3, and this person is going to come home a P4. Henry J. Brown, a very strong P5 for Force India. Then Alex, the one who just secured P6 there. Followed by Pongchanok Chagoshainat in P7. As there's the battle to the line between Hidayat and Smith. Smith's gonna try it on the outside line. Will he get it? The final points being position. I think Smith is just gonna get it. It's a drag race to the line. And yeah, Smith gets it. So that's that is Aiden Smith, who finishes P10. Thomas Mandich across the line, P13, and Erkki did P14. It's a shame for him. Involved in a lot of incidents today. And then we're just waiting for the final few guys across the line. There's Ollie Boakes. Shame for him what happened. Wasn't his fault at all, honestly. And there he is, everyone across the line. So, the final classifications then of the F1 race at Bahrain. It's Lewis McIntyre who wins pole, win, and fastest lap. He takes the trifecta here at Bahrain, followed by Huang Ming Nguyen in P2. Defended valiantly, but there's only so much he could do against McIntyre, who had incredible pace today. Then it is Jafari Blackwood in P3, followed by Enis Parashki in P4. Then we have Henry J. Brown in P5, followed by Alex Luan in P6, Pongchanok Chagoshainat in P7, Milan Evji in P8, and Rubino Gonzalez in P9. And then it is Aiden Smith, who just secured that 1 point P10. Adam Hida finishes P11, Alexander Arnold P12, followed by Thomas Mandich in the Sauber P13, Erkki Nüt and Ollie Boakes, the two McLarens P14 and P15, Aaron Curtis P16, He's the last man on the grid, and the non-finishers are Daniel Fraser, Alfred Klaus, Dennis Groff, and Nikhil Walji. And that is it for the 1-year special anniversary event. That has been it for F1 and F2. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a very, very interesting couple of races. Congratulations to Nick Tanner for winning in Formula 2 and Lewis McIntyre for winning in Formula 1. But yeah, that has been it. Once again, thanks so much for watching the 1-year anniversary event, and thank you for sticking it with us for this. For those who have from the beginning, we've really grown in a year, and it's been fantastic to see how the ACOC has evolved over the span of 365 days. And yeah, it's just fantastic, and it's been a pleasure for me. But yeah, it's been it for me from the anniversary event. I've been Mir Energy. Thanks so much for watching. The ACOC will return next week for the Formula 1 and Formula 2 German Grand Prix. So yeah, make sure to not miss that. Once again, I'll be Mir Energy. Thank you much for watching, and goodbye.